Hey everyone, it's time for another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario. We're on scenario 4.5 here at the Glass Pavilion. So advancing the Blessings deck. The first thing we need to do with the Glass Pavilion is examine. So we're examining this card. There is no examine effect. Now we can go ahead and explore this card. So let's see, it's an Arcane 6 check. Ahmotep's arcane skill is D10 plus 2. Alright, so we rolled a 10. We do acquire this spell. Pretty nifty. Let's see. In my hand I have a Blessing of Abdar. I'm going to discard that so that I can explore again. Let's see, any other stipulations here? Yeah, discard this card to explore your location. So, okay, we get this card. Really dangerous. So it says here, it's immune to mental and poison. I can play any amount of armors. Before you act, you're dealt an acid, cold, electric, and a fire damage. So I don't have any armor in my hand. So I'm going to have to take 4 points of damage. And then I'm going to have to defeat it, otherwise I'll take all that other damage. So I'm going to have to take 1, 2. I'm losing, let's see, 1, 2. Let's see, I'm going to lose 2 spells, and I'm going to lose 2 staves. Okay, losing 2 spells and 2 staves, I'll take that 4 points of damage. Now I'll use an Ice Storm spell. So 3d8 Arcane plus 3d8. Okay, so let's hope for some good rolls here. I'm also going to recharge the Explorer's Staff to add a d12 to my check. So I think that'll be more than enough, but we'll see. Okay, so, wow, so I rolled a 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 17, and an 8. Okay, so more than enough to defeat the barrier. Of course, there was Arcane plus 2. So grand total is 15, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27. Okay, defeated it by 10. Not bad. It gets banished. Now I have to see if I recharge my Ice Storm spell. So I rolled an 8, but I needed a 13. Pretty insane. So I had 8. I could get that up to a 12 if I discard a card or recharge a card due to Ahmotep's ability. But as it is, the card will have to be discarded. Alright, I'm going to advance, or I'm going to reset my hand, drawing 7 cards. Alright, I'm going to advance the Blessings deck. I have to examine cards here at the Glass Pavilion. So we examine this card. Let's see. It's a D4. So we examine it. Now we can encounter it. D4 is my divine. So I rolled a 4. So I do acquire this card. Let's see. So looking at my hand, I have this ally in my hand. I'm going to display her by my deck. So I have the Blessing of the Ancients now. It's going to allow me to examine the top card of the location deck and then explore. Okay, we're going to do it. Examine. Okay, so we examine this card. So it says when you examine this card, suffer the Scourge, Curse of Daybane, then banish this card. Well, unfortunately my ally says that as soon as I get a Scourge, I have to bury this card. So she goes away. She appeared and she disappeared. This card gets banished. I suffer the Scourge, Curse of Daybane. Looking through. There it is. So I get this Scourge now. Not good. So that states that. So right now in my hand, I don't have any additional ways to explore. So I'm going to reset my hand. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of the Ancients, which means due to Curse of Daybane, I can't explore this turn unless I use an ability or power to do so. I still have to examine cards, so I examine this card, but I can't encounter this card unless I have an ability or such and such that allows me to do so. Well, fortunately I have this card. It says bury this card to explore your location. During this exploration, add 2d6 in the magic and undead traits to your combat checks. Okay, well since I know it's showing up here, I'll go ahead and I'll bury it so that I can explore. So I'll explore the location and we get, oh, lo and behold. So we're going to be able to add 2d6 to this combat check. But here she has all these immunities. It says before you act, succeed at a wisdom or divine 9 check. Okay, so my, let's see here. Wisdom is a d6. I don't have any blessings in my hand. I'll have to roll a d6. Okay, high roll. Alright, I rolled a 6. So, and my wisdom is d6 plus 1, thanks to that skill buff. So 7, I can recharge a card. I will recharge a... Let's go ahead and recharge the Unshakable Chill spell. So we turn that into a 9, which is pretty awesome. So now, what happens is that we can play spells and weapons, but she still has all these immunities. So first off, we're adding 2d6 for that ally. I have a... shucks, I have the Flame Staff. That's not going to help out. Wow. And I have these great spells, but that's not going to help out. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Well, I can use a power. So I can use the power to recharge a card that has a staff trait to add 1d12 to your combat check. Okay, so that's a power. It's not using that, so I'm going to recharge the Flame Staff. I get to add a d12. This is going to be a straight up melee check. So I have a d8 plus 2. I also have a Crocodile Skin Madu in my hand, so I'm going to recharge that for a d4. Okay, so I get all these dice. My melee is a plus 2. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I roll a 5, and a 3 is 8, and a 12 is a 20, 25, 29. Okay, I didn't have the acid or bludgeoning trait, otherwise I would have been able to add a d6. But as it is, she's defeated, and I have the chance to immediately close this location. Alright, so to close the location, succeed at a wisdom or divine check with a difficulty of 5 plus the scenario adventure deck number. That would be 4. So I need to roll a wisdom or divine 9. Okay, wisdom is just a d6. d6 plus 1. Wow, so I rolled a 6 plus 1 is 7. I needed a 9. 6 plus 1 is 7. And I can recharge a card, so I can bump that up to a 9. Awesome. Wow. Location closed. That is a real scary location. I have to always examine cards. When you examine cards in this game, it's always a bad thing, for the most part. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we're not going to do a deck check this scenario, because Ahmotep really didn't gain any new loot. She'll probably just, like, she acquired a Blessing of the Ancients, and I think she acquired like a new Acid Jet spell, but those are basic cards, so she's probably going to get rid of them. The reward for this scenario is a random non-basic blessing, so I will let you know in the next scenario what that is. In the meantime, thanks for watching. That was a really interesting scenario. I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, thank you.